What's up guys, welcome back for another DevPro Duel video. DDDs is next to Qliphoths, another new archetype that's coming up, mainly focusing on the new Pendulum mechanic. Currently there are a lot of cards released, although it's still a bit unclear in what direction the deck wants to go. They have their own Synchro, Fusion and Exceed. They are all decent but not overpowered. They have a few searchers, semi-boss monster, a huge pendulum scale from 1 to 10, but from what I've been testing out, it's really underwhelming. Currently I have two different DDD decks. This is one of them, fully focusing on the new Covenant spell cards with tour guides, and not really on the pendulum summons, because as you will see in the duels, the DD pendulum monsters have very awkward scales. They block each other out, and that's currently a very big weakness. The other deck is focused on the sages, which both have a scale of 1 to 10 as I said before, but that kind of deck also lacks a lot of consistency, and both sages are very weak to provide a solid scale for the pendulum summon. Anyway, they do have a lot of, they do have a few cool tricks, as you will see in the duels, although sometimes I have problems dealing with high attack monsters from the opponent, and this deck is very weak where you need to top deck. It does have a few explosive plays, but at this moment it's all still a bit lackluster. A quick overview of the cards. Armageddon is their semi-boss monster, 3k attack, and it cannot be destroyed by cards that don't target it, so no Mirror Force or Dark War for example. Both Prouds, Chevalier and Ogre are decent beatsticks with a scale of 6 and 8. Ogre, the scale of 8, is the one you'll be using as one part of the scale most of the time. Armageddon, our semi-boss monsters, has a scale of 4, he'll be most of the time the other part. Something important is that we have the two DD sages. One has a scale of 10 and one has a scale of 1, but they are terrible in providing a healthy scale, because during every standby phase their scale will be adjusted, making them less and less useful. I'll come back to both of them in another video, more focusing on the pendulum summons and DDDs. Then we have DD Night Howling. It's basically another tour guide, and on top of that it's searchable by tour guide itself. Both Lilith and Cerberus are very weak, but they work well with Night Howling, as you will see in the duels. Quickly, both Covenant spells. One is a search, so both are continuous. One is a searcher for a level 4 or lower DD monster during each turn, and the other one is a polymerization, but both, during your standby phase you have to pay 1000 life points for each Covenant spell card you have face up on the field. So you need to be very careful with this. Anyway, a lot will be more clear in the duels. Let's see the first game. So the first duel is against zombies, and I think I get to start. This is one of the best opening hands you can have. You have both the Dark King is your searcher, and Evil King is your polymerization. So you can send two DD monsters from your hand, for example, or from the field to the grave, and fusion summon your Flame King. And Flame King says that when it's face up on the field, once per turn, when a DD monster is special summoned, you can special summon a DD monster from your grave. And with Tour Guide you can special summon the Howling from your deck, so Howling is a DD monster, you can special summon one of the Prouds, for example, that's now on the field. So it's a pretty nice field at the moment. Now he's going to activate Book of Life to banish the Lilith, and that comes back in a few turns, as you will see in the duel. Because Bielze, one of the best singers in the game currently, is a huge threat. I think I don't have a lot of outs for it. I think Phoenix Chain and Dimensional Prison are like only 2 outs when the Bielze is already face up on the field. So it's my semi-phase now, so I lose 2000 life points, and at the moment I don't have any out for Bielze. I can fusion summon, fusion summon for Flame King, the other Flame King activates, so special summon the Howling from my grave. So I think my only option here was to stall for a bit and make my own Bielze. I don't want to let it banish it, so I'm going to activate Engineer. Engineer also a nice option for this deck. So as said, I think during the I'm at the moment I'm on a clock, because every standby phase I'm going to lose 2000 life points because of both the phase of continuous Covenant spells. And if I don't manage to get rid of the Bielze, it's game over for him. I lose the game, because I'm out of life points, of course. Then he's going to get a nice creep banded off, I think, milling 2 Mizukis, so not bad. Again, I lose 2000 life points, so it's getting really close. Yes, activate the search spell card again. Yeah, activate Lunar Darkness. Draw into Solemn Warning. Useless at the moment because again I'm going to lose 2000 life points during my next standby phase, and here is where the banishing of Lilith comes into play, because I do play Black Rose, so I can normal summon the Night Howling that's in my hand to reborn the Lilith that was in my grave before, and go for Black Rose that was an out to get rid of both continuous spells, so yeah, that I'm still in the duel. But yeah, as said, he banished the Lilith. So now, yeah, I know it's pretty much game over. I do draw into Finish Shane, but next I've no way to get rid of both the continuous spells. So I can scoop for this, sadly. So that's one of the downsides of the DD spells, the Covenant spells, that you lose 1000 life points during each of your standby phases. Although yeah, you have a few cards to go around that later more. So again, get the Flame King to the field, and also yeah, that's a nice combo. So you can send the Armageddon, the big boss monster, semi-boss monster from your hand to the grave, and yeah, thanks to Tour Guide and the special summon of Howling, you can special summon the Armageddon back to the field. And as said before, yeah, the Armageddon is not affected by mass destruction cards like Dark Wall, for example, so that's nice. And here, just in case of Torrential, doesn't really matter. So normal summon Howling, which I search out with the search spell, and yeah, the Howling on special summon, so that triggers the Flame King. Again, special summoning another Howling to the field. I go for Alucard because cards like Prison, for example, are a big threat against Armageddon, which Hambits now, unfortunately, did have the Black Horn of Heaven. But still, I'm in a very good position. He's going for Excite Tonight, and that's one of the reasons why I'm playing Trap Tricks in this deck. Because you're pretty much you need your setup, you need your continuous spells, you need your fusion monster, for example, you need your setup, and you have to prevent cards like Black Rose Dragon or yeah, obviously Excite Tonight to prevent them from destroying your setup. So here, he does have 8000 life points left, but this should be game over. Yeah, activate the fusion spell card, special summon another Flame King, and thanks to it was special summoned, I can reborn again the Armageddon from my grave. Make the Gallus, I believe it's called, there, the DD Team Synchro. It's not that great, but it's again a nice addition, so this is a good game. Next, Shadowls, and Shadowls is a very great matchup for this deck. At least I have a terrible matchup against Shadowls, because obviously I special summon a lot, and yeah, Midrash causes a lot of problems. My hand is not that great, so no continuous searchers. I have to make the first turn Alucard, not that great, but yeah, it does have 3 face down back rows, one of them being the bottom Strapple. And yeah, as soon as I see that he's playing Shadowls, I think yeah, it's pretty much yeah, pretty much game over. Also, this when I see my hand, yeah, Armageddon, the left one, is has a skill of 4, and yeah, one of the Prouds is a skill of 8. But yeah, the Cerberus and Howling both have a level of 4 and 3, so I can't Pendulum summon those. So at this moment, both scales are useless. Draw into Upstart Goblin, draw another Armageddon, so that's not a great draw. But yeah, at this moment, as I said before, this should be game over. I really can't do anything. Yeah, attack over his Hedgehog, deal some damage, reveals another fusion, there's another Midrash, and I believe yeah, he's going to destroy my back row, the useless Nightmare Trapple with his Dragon. Yeah, I think I'm going to scoop here, since it's not worth the time, just dragging the duel like this. So take 2 damage, and I think I wait until my next draw. Draw into the Searcher, but yeah, that's not going to save me. So yeah, good game, but yeah, it's nothing really I can do about Midrash with this deck at this moment. Next, okay, against Dragon Ruler, so not bad of an opening hand. Immediately going to Fusion Summon for Flame King. Again, the nice combination with both Flame King and Tour Guides. So DD Howling, Night Howling is special summoned, and special summon one of the Prouds from my grave, so that's nice. And with Engineer and the nice back row, so again, one of the best first turns you can have. But he also has a nice opening hand, so they bring us the title to the field and search out the Mythic Ruler. Yeah, he's going for Felgrant, and again, pretty much against every deck, Felgrant is a huge threat. So I'm obviously going to Blackhorn the Felgrant. Protect Engineer, so switch it to defense. and he's only going to set one back row. Yeah, I think now at this moment, again, yeah, pay 1000 life points, because my stand my face, but now I really don't have a follow-up play. If I manage to draw into, for example, a DD Night Howling, or the Covenant Search card, I'm set to go, I can make a lot of plays. But yeah, now it's just wait, and yeah, I also wasn't able to attack over the Tidal last turn. That's also one of the bigger downsides of this deck, that I really can't deal with high attack monsters. And yeah, obviously there is a soul charge from the dragon player. I'm going to finish him beforehand, since yeah, I don't want to deal with the second Felgrand. If he does play 2, probably does play 2. There is the Scrap Dragon, and he's going to, I believe, pop my face down back, or obviously going to chain the Traptrix, Nightmare, Trapple. But yeah, I think at this moment I again think it's pretty much game over for me. There's really not much I can do due to yeah, such a field. Also the Silver Dragon blocking, giving him some nice defense. So yeah, he loses his Mythic Ruler, and yeah, next turn he's going to reborn one of his Blue Ices. But yeah, at this moment there is really nothing I can top deck. Here I can hope that he's not going to summon anything. I can, yeah, just protect the Engineer, and hopefully I can draw into some kind of, yeah, and maybe a DD Howling to get something going. But yeah, again, lose 1000 life points, drop to 5k, and yeah, I can't really do anything. I just have to pass again, and he's again able to reborn one of his normal monsters from the grave. Again, nice setting up his grave with a blaster, and yeah, again, I'm just waiting against yeah, it's always the same. If my matches from against Dragon Rulers was always something like this. If I can't yeah, end the game quickly, I just get run over by the high attack monsters. And now, yeah, as I think I said earlier, this deck is very weak at top decking. So yeah, I do manage to draw into one of the Search spell cards, but I can end with Sandmanes. But obviously, what does Sandmanes do against this kind of field? Pretty much nothing. And yeah, the Armageddon is dead in my hand. So yeah, again, I just scoop. I don't want to drag the duel any longer. But yeah, GG. Next, again, yeah, against the same player, against Dragon Rulers again. And this is one of the best opening hands you can have again. So again, set up the Flame, yeah, the Flame King. Normal summon the Tour Guide, first search out one of the, yeah, the Howling, the Night Howling. And I also have one of the Sages in hand. The Sage has, I think, level 10 and the scale of 1. But now that's not important, but I can discard it to the graveyard, and then I can bounce one DD card or Covenant card from my field back to my hand. And that's going to be important now. Since he's going for Big Eye, he tries to take over my Armageddon, and then I'm going to discard the Galilei from my hand to the grave, so I can take back the Armageddon back to my hand, which now I can use again for a fusion summon. And since, yeah, the Flame King from last turn survived, yeah, I'm first going to normal summon the Night Howling and go for the Rose. Rose bounces back his Big Eye, and then I'm going to fusion summon for the Flame King. And that's going to reborn the Armageddon, and then I can attack for game. So here is, this is one of the strengths the deck has. You can quickly gain field control with your fusions, but if your opponent has some kind of answer against your fusion and then can, yeah, disrupt your plays, there's little you can do. Anyway, the last duel against Light Swords. My hand is decent. Activate the lure, banishing the Night. Yeah, Night Howling indeed. So normal summon the Traptrix, Mermaleo, search out the bottom. So I think, yeah, I'm pretty much in a decent position. Although he gets a nice mill with the, yeah, the Curry Bandit, the Needleborer's Nest. And I think, yeah, his Judgment Dragon in his hand is live. I'm going to keep the bottomless just in case of a Dragon Ruler of the, yeah, or the Judgment Dragon. There is a Judgment Dragon, of course I'm going to bottomless it. Yeah, he gets another one to his hand. He's going to keep it. He also has a Soul Charge in hand, so looking at now, after the duel, I think, yeah, I pretty much lost this already. Although, yeah, just try special summon the Flame King, and then again, yeah, pretty much the basic moves as we already know. Make Engineer and special summon one of the Ogres from the grave. But again, as you will see, he only has, yeah, the Tempest on the field, but I can't get over it. Maybe I should play, what is it called, Acid Golem in the extra deck. To get over high deck monsters. That's maybe something I can do. But yeah, this is again game over, since yeah, he blew up my whole field, and with Soul Charge he can establish a nice field. He's going to enter with yeah, Michael banishing the fusion, and yeah, as said, the top deck capabilities of this deck is pretty terrible. I think I'm going to draw into a Blackhorn, and yeah, I'm going to instant scoop in a few moments. Yeah, and again, he's going indeed draw the Blackhorn, so that's game over. Yeah, anyway, GG. Let's see the deck list. Yeah, as you saw in the duels, the deck still has a lot of problems. The Archetype does have a few cool tricks with, yeah, Nighthauler and so on, but it's still very underwhelming in testing. In part 2 of my review, I'll focus more on both Sages and yeah, the Pendulum summons, and also Caesar or Kaiser, whatever it's called at the level 7. Okay, guys, that's it. Thanks for watching, and feel free to leave a comment or a like if you enjoyed the video. Litum signing out. Peace.